Come on, Wes, you gotta do this.
What's going on, everyone? I'd like to make a quick announcement. I am a Rivals of Ether creator, and you can support me by not only like, share, and subscribe to my videos, but support me with in-game purchases by going to this area right here, putting in TheLegendarywes, and hitting confirm. Once you do that, any purchases that you make within the game, a percentage of that goes to me. I appreciate anybody who does that. Now on to the video. What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Wes, back at you over today. We're going to be talking about Rivals Ether and how much I hate parrying. So with that being said, let's get it cracking. So we all know how parrying is in this game. You press the parry button, your opponent is stunned. The duration of your opponent's being stunned determines on the kind of attack, how strong the attack is. If it's a jab, the opponent is stunned for not that long. If it's a heavy attack, your opponent is stunned for a bit longer, etc. That's cool. That's cool. My issue with parrying in this game is that you guys, in my opinion, nerfed it in comparison to Rivals 1. I know. People are saying Rivals 1 there was a lot more cooldown, but in Rivals 1 it was a lot faster. Let me tell you why. Let's read. Okay, so the active frames for Rivals 1 was from 3, I think, to 12, something along those lines, right? So frame 3, the move activated, which is pretty damn fast for a parry, which it should be because the game is fast paced. Now, I don't know why they thought it was a good idea in this game to make it slower, basically make it active on frame 6. Why? I know people are going to say Rivals 2 has more defensive options than Rivals 1. I get all of that, but still, the game is still fast. The game is still fast paced. And what it does is, I'm good at parrying in all games, right? And on all of these platform fighter games. This one, for some reason, it's tough to do. And I know people are going to say, oh, get good, Wes. No. I watched a lot of videos of top players. They use it sparingly because they know in this game is not that great. The only time it's good against projectiles. You know why? It went from, I think it was universal, to where it started on frame 6 for all moves. So what did they do? Projectiles, it starts at frame 3. So basically you got the old Rivals 1 start active frames when you going against projectiles and Rivals 2. And on top of that, you get a whole bunch of invincibility frames when you do the parry, when you parry projectiles. I wonder why they did that. I wonder why. They did it because a lot of people were complaining about projectile characters in this game. Well, to be quite honest with you, number one, there aren't that many projectile characters. I mean, no, actually, there's a decent amount of characters with projectiles. But projectiles aren't terrible in this game. And a lot of people who complain about projectile characters, they complain because they want to mash buttons. They don't want to play different in this game. They don't want to have a different play style. They don't want to slow the game down. They don't want to play sometimes defensive, sometimes aggressive. They want to just mash buttons. So what they did was, since the mass majority of players complained about that, and the mass majority of players are aggressive players, what happened? The creators of this game, they listened to y'all. They buffed parrying for projectiles and kept the parrying for regular attacks the same. Why couldn't you guys do it universal? To where it's actually, you know what y'all should have done? Buff the projectiles where, start at 3 frames and gave you and keep the invincibility too. But when it came to just regular physical attacks, you give it 3 frames. Frame 3 where activates, but don't give it as much invisibility frames as the projectiles. Y'all could have done that. But no, you guys kept it frame 6. My opinion, that's too slow in this game. Because by the time you even try to press, because the thing about parrying in this game, it seems more of a move where you gotta predict rather than react. You get what I'm saying? You gotta predict what the person's gonna do rather than react. It should be a balance between predicting and reacting. You should be able to condition somebody to do something, and then, which is part of the prediction, like setting them up for predicting how they're gonna act, or how they're gonna engage on you, and then reacting on how they approach you. But you can't do that because it takes so long to come out. So all you can do now is predict and press parrying way ahead of the time the person's probably gonna come at you, and hope for the best. That's literally what it is. Like, this is one of the I wouldn't even say one of the worst parrying systems. It's not one of the worst parrying systems, but like the response time is not that great. Honestly, the fix would be, like I said, just change parrying, frame 3, and buff up the cooldown. That's it. Give a rival shit. Give us Rivals 1 parrying. Bring it back. Why not? Bring it back, because you know why? We got people gonna be like, Wes, oh, Rivals 1 parry wasn't that good. No, it was damn good because you were able to get parrying off a lot faster. But this cooldown, meaning you can't spam it. You can't spam it. And the thing is, too, people complain like, oh man, I can't spam it. No, you got other ways to evade people outside of parry. You got blocking, you got power shielding in this game. So you got a whole bunch of stuff in this game. I know people gonna say, well, you see what? You got power shielding, you got freaking what is it? Attacking out of the shield, you got shield drop, you got all of that. So why you complain about parrying? The reason I'm complaining about parrying is because without having the way parrying is, it's kind of almost in a sense a waste to do. Almost. If you can't predict the person, then almost, because you can't react. It's not a move that you can really use on reaction. I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. I'm gonna play a match and see. I'm gonna show y'all exactly what I'm talking about. So what do you guys, people in the chat, what are your thoughts on parrying? So yeah, Buick brings up a good point. Parrying should always be equal to or quicker than the fastest physical attack in your game. This is true, because if not, what's the point? What's the point? What's the point of doing it? Now, I'm gonna show you guys. And the crazy thing is, too, in this game, as soon as I get tossed or thrown and then I'm trying to recover and do parrying to retaliate, it doesn't come out. Look at that. I'm pressing parrying. Look. Look. See, and it ended already. I pressed it there. Didn't come out. The best thing about parrying, the best way to do parrying is running, like dashing, or a lot of the times when people come from the air. Parrying is good against like aerial attacks when people are landing on you, but grounded, nah, forget about it. I pressed it there. I pressed it there. Nothing. See, projectiles is not that bad. I think that's considered a projectile. You see how easy it was to do it against a projectile compared to a physical attack? I pressed it. Okay, he grabbed me. Let me see. It's only necessary when you're familiar with the person's gameplay. It's a predictive defense. Yeah, but here's the thing about parrying, John. You got to understand. It's supposed to be a balance between predicting and reacting. Predicting is the first thing. Predicting is what leads you to know when to react to somebody's move, to somebody's attack. If you didn't predict it, right? If you didn't predict that, this person's going to attack here, then you wouldn't be able to then you wouldn't be able to tell your mind, okay, let me react to it. But then sometimes even predictions doesn't even exist when it comes to reacting to a parry. Sometimes it's just straight reaction. But what I'm saying is that by them making it nerfing parry, it makes it to where you can't react using it. That the reaction part of parrying is just gone. It's more so predicting. And that's trash. Because then what happens after that, it lowers the amount of scenarios that you could use parrying. It's more so for people who are very good at conditioning people under certain circumstances. Like this guy right here, look. I'm gonna try my best to parry his stuff. This guy moves so damn fast. You see, it makes me have to now somewhat spam parrying. See, I had to spam it there. See, it's easy against projectiles. Against projectiles, it's easy. But all right. See, I did it there. How did he miss? Look, predicting. I predicted that. What's the reaction? You see how far away he was from me? The reason why they buff parrying for projectiles, against projectiles, is because people like him, they don't want to have to slow down their gameplay. They want to be able to press buttons. So they slow down. So they buff parrying against projectiles. They even gave you extra invincibility when you hit it. When you get it against a projectile. But then when it comes to physical attacks, no, it's still slow. And they did that because purposely they didn't want people like him to get fucking body easily. They didn't want that. Why are you gonna make parrying like that just on one side of the one part of gameplay? Look at that, so easy. Look how long I'm invincible for. And they did that so so on top of you parrying somebody with projectiles, right? I'm not really a fan of that. My projectile character, his projectile's not even that good, right? But I don't even like that much because it's like you already successfully got the parry. So the projectile gets simp. It's not like when you parry a projectile, the projectile just goes away, right? It's just, everything just gets negated, right? No, I'm parrying you, the projectile gets sent to you, and I get invincibility to come rush towards you. If that's not catered towards people who rush down, I don't know what is, bro. I don't know what is. I'm not bugging the hell out. No way. I never seen a game where when you parry somebody's projectile, you get mad invincibility too after that. On top of it going towards the person. That's madness. Look at that. Look, I'm still invincible. Look at that. All that time. So it's like, look, easy to do. Easy to do. And the crazy thing is, too, it doesn't matter what projectile. As long as it's a projectile, I think you're invincible for a long time. I think all projectiles gets the same duration of invincibility and everything. Again, that's bullcrap. Why don't you guys treat parrying the same way you treat physical attacks, right? Why don't you treat it the same way? If it's a weak physical attack, then the parry doesn't last that long. Same thing with the projectile. Why doesn't it last a little bit of time? It's bullshit. Like I said, you guys gotta fix that. This is my fixes for parrying. If you guys don't want to go through the hassle of changing it for projectiles, whatever, y'all can keep that for projectiles, whatever. But both projectiles and physical attacks should get the same amount of active frames of parrying. It should start on frame 3 and have a little bit more cooldown. I think for projectiles, it should probably have less cooldown because projectiles is further away and it's tougher, right? And you actually no, screw that. It should have more. See, that's tough because the thing about the way they do with projectiles, I'm thinking actually keep it the way it is for projectiles because I was thinking it should have a lot of cooldown after you miss a parry for a projectile, but you know what? No. Keep it the way it is. The reason I was thinking that it should have more cooldown because you get so much from a projectile when you parrying it. You get invincibility, a long ass amount of invincibility, and the projectile gets deflected back. So you chase it behind the projectile with invincibility. That's crazy. So you know what? Keep the projectile frames for parrying, but when it comes to physical attacks, please change it. Just make it 3 frames. It's simple. It's a simple fix. Frame 3 startup, and then give it a little bit more cooldown than what it has right now. And then you got yourself a decent game when it comes to not being so aggressive. Because I've seen a lot of people complain about having to deal with people who just mad aggressive. Shit, I complain about it. Even though I know how to fight against them, all I'm doing is going to run against you camp or probably do the same thing. But it's still this kind of gameplay, like aggressive gameplay that people don't have a way to combat against it. It kind of steals the game up. It makes people not want to play it. It really does. So I'm thinking at least try it out for 1 patch. Change parry into 3 frames to frame 3 startup. Frame 3 startup. Try it out. See how it just goes with the flow of the game. In my opinion, and see what happens. Some top players might get rocked from it. I don't know. But see how it works out. But yeah, make it frame 1. Give it 40 frames and remove the ability to parry command grabs. Another interesting thing. This guy Buick from the chat, he mentioned this. Make it frame 1. Give it 40 frames of cooldown and remove the ability to parry command grabs. That sounds pretty decent. Try that out. I know y'all probably tried it out in the beta. I'm not sure. And then I guess whoever was doing the beta test told you guys to not do it. But honestly, I think even during the beta, parrying wasn't that good. Parrying started getting a little bit better. So let's try different things. I would say do it like this. Start out with frame 3 for right now. See how that works. And then give it about 20-ish frames of cooldown. A lot of cooldown. See how it works out. If it doesn't seem fine then what you do is make it 1 frame of the first frame, right? Oh, sorry. He's saying, Buick is saying make it 1 frame. 1 frame. That's fine too. So you get a small ass window. So that's another thing you could do. 1 frame of startup. That means it's a small ass window in cooldown. And give it 40 frames of cooldown. That's fine. So that means you could get it out. As soon as you press the button, the parry comes out. But if you miss it, it's a lot of cooldown. That's a good balance too. That's definitely a good balance. Give it 20 frames of parry, but lock the next parry out of. Oh, so another thing Buick said before I go. 20 frames of recovery. But lock the next parry out for 60 frames. 40 on top of the recovery. But at least you can move away quicker. That's not bad either. But honestly, I think you guys should start with something. Change it from what it is now. Because it needs some help, man. It needs some help. So yeah, what you guys and girls think in the comment section. Let's talk about it. Let's see if we could find some kind of middle ground when it comes to changing up how the parrying goes. Not for projectiles, but for physical attacks. A universal parrying system for the physical attacks. So with that being said, this is your boy Wes. I'm out here. Peace. Yeah, y'all gotta please fix parrying. Please, man. Please.